AJ Black, like you see exactly on what the Sanders they write it, which they give me the piece of paper and the notes about the situation when they arrest me and they arrested me in Magistrate Court Barkingside in London on the 14th of March 2017. Have a look in here. What they write it on the 14th of March 2007 PC Sanders 534 KF and Young PC Young attend as shall do hearing at Barking Magistrates Court when Jaworski was due to be sentenced for an unrelated matter. Means with Rybinska means matter with Rybinska means of tape recorded interview and to prevent his disappearance, as Jaworski recently failed to appear at court for the unrelated matter. So really on this letter means that they was arrested me when I was in a court on the Barkingside, London, for when I was a hearing for on Barkingside court for unrelated matter, and it's like have a look over here, the Barking. The Barkingside over here. Attend the PCs on top 534. Attend a shall do hearing at Barking Magistrate Courts when Jaworski was due to be sentenced for an unrelated matter. Remember very carefully. And over here. Means of a tape recorded interview to prevent his disappearance, as Jaworski recently failed to appear at court for unrelated matter. I was already on by this letter on the unrelated matter hearing in Barking Magistrate Court. So why they arrest me? They break the law. They can't first of all write the letter properly, and this because it's all fake, is rubbish, and they try to put me to the jail or mental health hospital, and they try blame me with them fake allegations against me. So they put me on the stress, they put me on a problem with the health, with a leg, like you see my hand is shaking because I didn't eat nothing in the morning. I'm in a Holiday Inn hotel. I'm just using this as a computer, as like and this beautiful desk, to provide you all information. But I didn't eat nothing, for the long time, and I try to provide as much as I can for myself. And they write it the rubbish lies. So the European court, you paying for like I'm checked in the internet to Hindu and Indian people like 12,000 euros for taking the strawberries. What how much they gonna pay me is a European court, in European Council. For Polish beautiful father as me, Adam Jaworski, how much? And how much the UK system, government, police, NHS, royal family, English Majestic from Windsor, how much they gonna pay me? As for the breaking, first of all, for breaking the law, human rights, and for all the stress what I go through with all my family. It's not only me, my mom, my mother, my beautiful father, beautiful mother, beautiful father, beautiful sister, Małgorzata Jaworska, Margaret Jaworski, Małgorzata Jaworski, is like a beautiful Kelly, beautiful child, Kelly Jaworski, and my lovely family, council, rodzina, in sky and earth, ziemia, powietrze, and ziemia, powietrze. So, how much they gonna pay me back, and for how long they gonna go to the jail, for how many years, and what punishment and what judgment the European Court will make with them. Thank you very much. This is AJ Black. And watch this.
Young black criminals. I've asked you to explain what you mean by robbed, and you said that they attempted to steal your property. I've asked you what property did they try and steal, and you said a mobile telephone and your headphones. I would like you, in as much detail as you are able, to give an uninterrupted account of what happened on that day. After that, me and my colleague may have further questions to probe your account, to maybe ask you to explain in more detail around certain areas, okay? I understand an incident's take place. At the moment, the only side of the story that I've got is the person that I believe you're referring to as a young black criminal. Who states that who's criminals. Okay, well, one of those persons you state is a young black criminal, states that you threw a hot beverage in her face. That is the allegation that's been made against you.
By who, if you can say?
I believe I've actually provided their name on the disclosure that I've given to your solicitor and to yourself.
Miss Taria Sorhan Indo.
Yes, makes it.
Maybe I'm spelling wrong. Could you read it?
To be fair, I would have trouble pronouncing it properly, and I may not be able to do it justice myself. But if I was to give it a go, I'd say Tajia Sorhaindo. However, that's the correct pronunciation.
And if you have a look on here, the Hindu guy in a grey suit, which he saying he was solicited by that in this situation. This is the address of DPP Law solicitors in the higher court, and this is all address of them. And this is the letter what they sent it to me, DPP. And this is what they write it to me. It's all the sentence, your case. And on this letter is saying, read very carefully. You must not contact. You've got total fines, 335 payable to the court, and I haven't got the money for food and drink. How is possible they provided? And I told in the court haven't got the benefits, money for food and drink, and they gave me the fine in the court, Barkingside court in London. And you must not contact Katarzyna Rybinska and her daughter Weronika Rybinska, and you must not attend to her 9 Thompson Road, Dagenham, Essex, or any address that Katarzyna Rybinska is living at, and you must not attend St. Aidan's Academy, Benton Road, Seven Kings, except the prior written invitation for the school authorization, which means the St. Aidan's School is a Catholic school academy where my daughter Kelly Jaworski going to school. So what me as a beautiful father done it wrong that Rybinska said and Kurt said with Rybinska and her criminal neighbors, cannot see my child even in a school. Understand, I don't need to go to her address, Rybinska, but to come in to see my beautiful daughter in school, or take my beautiful daughter to park to see human family and cherish love God, mama and tata. Who them rubbish. So read this and watch this.
I do not know. However, she makes an allegation that you threw a hot beverage on her in her face on that day, and that those actions were unlawful and unjustified.
Who's she? She
Again, I've got her
who's she?
side of the story, and you've got her side of the story on the page in front of you.
Say again.
You have her side of the story on the page in front of you. The disclosure
You give me
material.
the magistrate courts,
Yes,
the
that's
copies
that
of
is the
I would
disclosure
say
material.
allegations
That
against me.
that is a written report based on her allegation that
Yes.
she's provided in her written evidence, based on what happened on that night. I'm simply asking for your version of events because I am well aware that in many cases like this, there are two sides to every story, and often the truth lies somewhere in between.
I've got a question to you, Officer Sanders.
Perhaps we should get back to tell us what happened on that day.
Yes, I'm speaking about this. Did you read this? The notes which you
I
gave?
wrote that.
You wrote that?
I wrote that document in your hand, so yes, I
Really?
would say I have a good understanding of what's on it, yes.
Okay. So, I will speak about the whole situation of what happened there, yes?
Would you prefer to talk about what happened on the 18th of January, which is
Yes.
the purpose of this interview?
Yes,
Is it
I
purpose?
went to the Starbucks. I bought just a cup of tea.
What time did you go there?
I'm not sure. I can't remember right now. When we were speaking, just before we were speaking in your office, it was the evening. What time was it?
Well, I'm told by the other party that the incident happened at around 17:40 hours, which is about 20 to 6 p.m. in the evening.
20 to 6 p.m.
20 to 6,
Yes,
yes.
because when we come out from the office after interview in Stratford, you took me to the escort me to the train station.
Yes, so
Yes.
after the incident, after you finished the interview, because the
Because you
security...
told me I'm banned from being
Well,
in Westfield Stratford.
We didn't ban you, the security from the centre banned you. That's
Security
correct.
banned me.
That's correct.
But you agree with it?
Well, no, that's independent
You
from
can't
us.
compare security to the Westfield security, Westfield Stratford to
I don't have
police officers.
I don't have a copy of your banning notice, but there are security that
I told you, and I told the police officers in Westfield Stratford what was happening there, and you still decided to get to the
Mr. Jaworski,
interview.
I'm not
and,
here to argue the points
me
that
to
you're trying
the-
to
to the
make. I'm
cell.
just trying to hear the points that you're
Get me
trying
to
to
the
make.
cell, and I tried to get me to the to the cell and arrest me for it. So well, I don't see that by the law is you break the law with security guys from Westfield Stratford. Now let's say I'm just like I'm here for the interview about what was happening in the
Exactly.
Stratford. Yeah, I went to the Starbucks. I goes to the Starbucks. I bought the cup of tea with no sugar. And I just like I sit, I took the cup of the tea, to the sits to the chair on the front where is a big window. When you can on the window view, you know that place because you've got office in there when the people can walk in by the Starbucks.
Okay,
So I was.
And please have a look how the police officer sitting in interview, and he said I'm rude, and he never seen interview he never been in interview like this. But how he disrespect my person, I'm trying to speak about difficult situation which caused me lots of stress in that day, and this day. And if he can't provide even position as officer, who is he? He's totally rubbish. Have a look.
Sitting on front to the window.
Let me. I may at times try and jump in so I can clarify for anyone that listens to this tape that doesn't understand the layout of Starbucks. you say you took seating near the windows, and there's a row of seating there. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you went over there with your beverage that you just purchased. What did you do?
I was sit on the chair on the front to the window, so I could see people walking, doing the shopping. It was nice situation in that.
And have a look what he doing with